my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not. Oh, hey, we're live. How y'all doing tonight? Hey, I'm Pastor Dan Renfro from Dayton Christian Recovery. We're hanging around here tonight and just kind of reaching out and talking about recovery. If you're in recovery from anything, from drugs and alcohol, is what most people think. But boy, I can tell you, we're in this world, we're in recovery from everything: drugs, alcohol, women, gambling, lying, stealing, cheating, eating the apple, all that stuff. And it all just comes to us right now. So today we're going to talk about that. Got our friend Bud McKinney will be joining us here just shortly. We are doing, we're just going to be talking about this crisis because that's what everybody's talking about. We could try to hide it. We could try to talk about something else. But the case is you're handling it. I'm handling it. Bud's handling it. And there's so many different ways to handle it. And what I want to know here, this is kind of like day 3, 4, that where we're really starting to feel it. And it's real and we can't blow it off anymore. Wondering how you're handling it. I'm going to put a link over here in the comments, and if you click that link, it'll bring you around into the backside, and you can come in here with us, and you can come on air with us and talk. If you don't want to do that, that's okay too. You can just type and let us know you're here, what's going on. We're broadcasting from about 6 different places. We're at New Hope. .com or New Hope. I'm sorry. We could be at newhope.com, but I can't get in there. So we're at New Hope Church Facebook page. We're also at my homepage. We're also at Dayton Christian Recovery Facebook page. And finally, we're at YouTube at our new page, which if you get a chance, if I get a chance, I'll put the link to that. We really need you to go subscribe there. We just started a brand new page so that people who didn't have Facebook could go there, but we need 100 subscribers before we can name our own page. And our old page, we only had 87, so we couldn't name our old one either. But anyway, we'd love for you to do that. And if you would, when I put that in here in a little bit, in fact, maybe I could do that right now. I'm doing like about 9 things. Bud just clicked me about 3 minutes still and said, "Are we going live?" And I was like, "Oh man, yes, we are going live." Hey, everybody, say hi to Bud. Bud, say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody, how we doing tonight? Been a long time since I say hi to everybody. Welcome, Pastor Dane. Glad to see you made it.
I wasn't sure if I was going.
Try to do Facebook.
It's funny, just because you're working from home, you're there's all kinds of different stuff going on, and I think that people know you're working from home, and so they think you got all the time in the world. So everybody kind of pushes you back, and so I started getting answers that I'd asked yesterday from everybody at the same time. So I'm trying to get all the work done that I had 2 days to take. Trying to get it done literally in the last hour. I got this. I needed all these passwords to make these things work. And so anyway, we got them all. And just as I was logging on to the third thing, because I have to anyway, then you said, "Hey, it's time to go on." I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's run in here and get that." So crisis is going on. It's crazy out there. Where I sit here, I can see I-35 from here. It's down right, literally right across from the New Hope Church. And usually by this time of day, this is literally packed, especially going east. And it's kind of a ghost town. Maybe, I can see 2 or 3 cars at a time. So there's definitely an impact going on. Lots of stuff happening. People are curtailing. They're listening to the governor. In most cases, some people are helping us old guys out. Bud brought me food today. So, because I couldn't find any food at my Kroger's on Smithville. So guys like Bud, guys like Jeff, who are in the community, going out, they're doing their best to, his job is still active and trying to interact, trying to help. And if you need help, guys like Bud, you can give them a call. As soon as I get over this cold, I got a mask. It's really, really cool. We'll come. In fact, I'm going to go get it on while Bud talks to you.
You mean that's not a mask now? Wow. I thought that was his mask. Hey, everybody. I'm just sitting here thinking, been a great day today. We all survived this far. people is beginning to realize the problems. But the good thing is the grocery storage is beginning to get their groceries back. So there's no reason to go and load up on all your groceries. And the storage getting things under control. I was at Save a Lot today, and they was filling their shelves up. Not as much meat yet, but I don't think there's no reason to be alarmed. If you did anything, go buy some canned soup and stuff, crackers, stuff like that. Look, there's a guy putting on another mask. Not that his first mask wasn't bad. Look at this one.
I don't know. Oh, there's a plastic protected thing in there, and I'm trying to put it on. Anyway.
So what's going on in everybody's life tonight? That is a tough battle to put up with. Type it in. Let's talk about your all's life instead of us talking the whole time. Give us some ideas what's going on in your life. And Pastor Dan can tell us if anybody types anything.
Well, if you, it should type up on your page also. If you are you on your laptop?
Yes.
So if you bring your phone and go up on your Facebook page, but sign on to the New Hope page, most people will sign on from there. Then you can see those comments. I don't know where Debbie and those guys usually get on, but we must have not went live there because they're not here tonight. But tell us what's going on with you. If you're not at the New Hope page, please come to the New Hope page, and we'll talk. We can talk more. We should be able to see your comments. Let me just go over here and click.
I'm on your page right now.
All right. So
Mike is on there. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, Ronnie, you coming on with us, Ronnie? And Mike Dole is on, and Mike Raines is on. I don't know who else is on. I'm working my Facebook now.
Well, good. We'd love to see you over here. I'm pretty sure it's coming. It's really weird the way this works. If you sign on more than one page, it gives you lets you more people see that you're on, but they can only comment in one place. I'm still figuring this out. I've only been working this program a couple weeks. I'll have all these kinks out. And most of the time when you go live on this, you only go live from one spot. So you folks are going to learn this with me on Saturday. I think we're doing a class on Saturday and Sunday. Anyone who wants to be a chair for the meeting, you're just going to learn this program. It's really, really simple. Really, all you do is put the link in the thing. They click on it like Bud did. They come right in. When they're done sharing, there's a little button that says kick. You kick them out and let the next guy. You can have 6 people waiting to talk. It's really, really pretty simple. I can't wait to start using this. And so when we go into our secret rooms, when we start going into our rooms where we're what am I trying to say? Where we're going to do our meetings every night. We're going to have a nightly meeting at 6:30, just like we do at the New Hope Recovery block right now. As those meetings get shut down, and in fact, after tonight, this is the last meeting we'll have until the governor says we can come back together again. And so we'll have a meeting every night in one of the groups, and then we have Christian Recovery every day, and we're trying to get that set up for 4:00. So we'll have a meeting at 4:00. This meeting we'll figure out what we're going to do with this, but we'll have a chair at the 6:30 meeting and a chair at the 4:00 meeting. And so you'll have a place to go every day. You can just go talk and hang out. A lot of people are uncomfortable about coming on here because they're broadcasting to a lot of people, but in the rooms, it's really, really cool. As you can see, the site I put up this afternoon, I went right after. I went to an AA meeting. There was a couple hundred people at the AA meeting. And then after the 12:00 meeting, I went to an NA meeting, and there was over 300 people in that room. So people are looking for a place to meet. If you can help us share so that we can take some of the burden off of them, that would be great.
Pastor Dane, he keeps saying 6:30. Are we switching this meeting to 6:30 or 6:00? We keeping it. You keep saying 6:30.
I've been saying 6:30 for 3 years, so it's stuck in my mind. We'll figure it out in the next couple of days. It don't happen until Sunday, so what I'd love to do is keep this talk thing on for 6:00 and do this from 6 to 6:15, and then leave here and go to the 6:30 meeting. That's my thoughts, because this doesn't last 1.5 hours. Most people don't want to come on and talk. They just kind of get the information and go. So this can just be the setup for the 6:30 AANA meeting. I want to do this because I want to give people as much information as we can. Tons of information came out on Mike DeWine's visit today on his press conference. And so we'll get to that in just a minute. You look like you want to say something.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
All right. So, but first of all, I just want to welcome everybody that's coming in and out. We had 45 people come in and out this morning, and usually around 9 or 10 just hanging around most of the time. We'd love for you to get your comments. I'm going to a place right now to show you what our new sites look like, our new rooms. They're completely anonymous. This morning I was reading the comments back because after we close the window, all the comments come to one place. That's hilarious. And some of the comments were, hey, man, I broke my own anonymity many years ago. I'm not embarrassed to be in recovery. In fact, I'm proud to be in recovery. Those weren't my comments. Those were some comments left on the board. That's certainly my story. As soon as I finally started getting some clean time under my belt, I was proud of myself because I hadn't any other accomplishments in my life except for, everything I'd done, I had made it bad by using or abusing or those kind of things. So I've always been proud to be in recovery. It's been a badge of courage for me. So I don't have any problem outing myself, but still there are some people that the programs promise anonymity for people who want to do that. So we have a room but nobody can come in unless they're invited. So you keep your anonymity. Although we're trying to bust the stigma on addiction or on recovery, not on addiction. The stigma that we're in recovery, that means we were broke and we come back together. And as everybody knows, when you fix something, you come together like you solder something or you weld something, you do that kind of steel, any of those kind of things, it's stronger. And so we're stronger than the regular people. Some of the literature says that most people that are in recovery are a little brighter than the people that aren't in recovery. They seem to be a smarter group of people. And I know for a fact that most of the people I meet in recovery at least have a stronger sense of integrity, a stronger spirituality, and have a stronger will to do the next right thing, to find that. I mean, some people get in this program. When I got here, I was beat up, tore up. My friend Mark says, tore up from the floor up. I was in terrible pain. I'd done so many things. I was running from so many things, including the cops. I was so glad when I finally got here just to get 6 weeks in a recovery place, Sycamore Hospital, just to get a breath because I was running from so many people. And I spent from that time, once I finally got back and I found out who God was, man, then I wanted to have that spiritual experience so bad. And so I worked those steps and screwed it up. But to the point being, people in recovery are stronger than most people you'll ever meet. Congratulate yourself. High five yourself if you're quarantined somewhere, if somebody's close to you. Don't touch them, but do that thing. Which is, that's my uncoordinated way to do it anyway. I always miss. All right, that's my speech, Bud. Go ahead while I get this pulled up.
And just want people to know, if you do need a live meeting, I saw a couple places today online that they're having live meetings. One is the Outcast Club on Hunter Avenue, 430 Hunter Avenue. The other I saw was Southside Club is having their meetings too. So if you need a live meeting, I would be careful if I was going because of being close to people. You don't know if they got the virus or not. But I did notice those two places today online say they was having meetings. So if this is not a good enough meeting, go to those places. And once again, I have said many times, check on your brothers and sisters in recovery. Make sure they are doing right, and see what you can do for them. If you got extra groceries at home or, some potatoes or whatever, if they need food, help them out. And speaking of food, on Monday down at behind New Hope on Fillmore Avenue, God's Grace Food Bank will be down there passing out food, I believe, at 4:30. So if you need some food, they do a great job. They give you plenty if they got it. So, get down right behind New Hope on Fillmore Avenue. We'll get back with you on the time. Or
Just Facebook, New Hope's Facebook page or Jeff Cartwright's Facebook page. It's on there. I mean, we're going to try to update you with all the information, but we've got vehicles in place to get you that information. And so, there's more information on how to do that, because it's not going to be a mat. You're going to come, you're going to stay in your car. They're going to be a mask. They're going to roll down your window. They're going to give you your box lunch. You're going to move on. I mean, what we're trying to do is be there for the community, but we want you to be safe. And we want to keep Jeff and Bud and all the volunteers safe too. But what happens is this is what Bud said. You go to a meeting, you feel great, and everybody looks okay. But I'll tell you right now, I did a video about 1.5 years ago about the gym. And one of the things I found out was, listen to this. This is true. 9 out of 10 people who use the bathroom, at least in public places, do not wash their hands. Now think about that. If you're at a public place, you're sitting at a table, and if they don't even think about them not washing their hands in the bathroom, that's really gross. But if they had the cold and they've touched their face or whatever, now they've touched the table. The virus can live a couple days on the surface, I think they said, and it can live in the air for a minute. So all I'm saying is protect yourself and protect those. And if you're sick, stay home. 2 meetings still left open. And what'll happen is when the first person comes up sick from one of those meetings, then I think we wind up doing the right thing and being responsible. But right now, if you feel like that's what you want to do, that's there. Here's our point. You do not have to be alone during this. This program's been around since 1935, okay? And one-on-one contact is the way it started. One guy on one guy, telephone calls back and forth. People doing, they did it from Cleveland to Akron. From Akron to New York. That was a way to do things. Sometimes they had to do it in mail correspondence, just a way to connect to someone. So this is not a strange way. It's just kind of retrograde. We're going back a little bit. And this is not terrible. Just face to face. The only difference is your pants knock the heck out of you when you say something stupid, or you know what I'm saying. Maybe he'll make you smack yourself. That was supposed to be fun. You're totally not listening, are you? All right. Well, good. I locked him up.
I'm having trouble.
You woke up.
I'm having trouble with this.
Falls asleep. So those are the things going on. Let me show you this, why Bud takes his wake-up medicine over there. So this is our site. You cannot get there unless somebody invites you. So if you're interested in doing online meetings that are with the same people you've been going to meetings with around here, then all you have to do is get with Bud or me or Ronnie or any of the folks that you know. They're probably already in there. Bud's invited hundreds of people already, and we'll get you in there. Once you're in there, you can go there at any time. The meetings are going to be at this particular, the Christian one at 4:00, at the NAAA one are going to be, I'm leaving at 6:30. We're going to do this talk, and then we're going to go into the meetings. So it'll be a meeting before the meeting, and then you come back and you can talk. You can hang around in those rooms. We're going to use the same program, and I put a link. So if you want to be in service and you want to be a chairman, go ahead, and it's all, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to download anything. This is all online, StreamYard. You go to StreamYard and you get this, the link that I put on the page earlier today. Let me grab that for you real quick. You click that. Once you click that, it will give you this, you just go to this website. You just sign on. So now you're a member. You don't have to do that to attend, but if you want to be to a meeting, you just need to have your own account. It's free. I'm going to teach you guys how to do that on Saturday or Sunday. All the little cute things like being able to bring this stuff in and be able to do this, how to get this stuff out here. So that's how that works. Let me get that out here. Lily says, I don't think this is a good enough meeting, just the wrong time. Isn't a good enough meeting, just the wrong time? Yeah, so Lily, what we decided is not to make this a meeting. we thought we'd do that. We thought maybe a lot of people would just come and share, and we meant it to be more of a informational kind of meeting where people can connect. But what we found, and just a few times we've done it, is people don't want to share in public like this. So I get it. Even if you don't want to be anonymous, you don't want to, if you had a terrible day, you still want to kind of keep it on the down low with the people that you can trust. So now we're going to have this room that I just showed you right here in the middle. It is, we can invite you to come in, and then we're going to have meetings that are going to be, we're going to use the same program. You can come on, you'll be face to face with each other so people can see you when you share, but they're only the people in the room. Plus, there'll only be one room, so you'll be able to see everybody in the room. So that makes a little more sense. That's the way the online sites do it. I thought maybe we're going to do something a little different. I kind of like the whole, the information piece 2 or 3 times a day. Just let you know that there's somebody out there and you can connect with them. The meetings will be back. Actually, we're adding an extra meeting today because we had 1 meeting a day. Now we're going to have 2 meetings a day. And the chairs, we invited the chairs that were doing the meetings at New Hope to come and they could do their own meetings online. But I'm surprised that how many technophobes in the younger generation. I thought it was a second nature to kids, but many of them are afraid of the technology. So no one except for Larry has decided to chair a meeting this way. So if you want to chair a meeting, we need chairs. We need people with you don't have to be, all you have to know how is click a mouse to make this thing work. If you want it to do backflips and do all kind of cool stuff, I can teach you how to do that too. So that's not a big deal. Bud, you awake now?
Yes, I am. I missed my nap this afternoon at noontime, but I think I'm going to move my computer next to the router and plug it in right because I was losing you. You was coming in and out, but hey, we're new at this, so give us time. Couple of people have made some comments. Andrew Brown wanted to know how to turn this on. Did you see that comment?
I didn't.
Okay. She doesn't have internet. Is there any other way for her to watch this?
She actually, I saw that comment. She's on the phone. So you just send her the link, and that link, she's got a smartphone because she's texting you. So you send her that link once you go live, wherever you're at. And she can join the same way we join.
The other thing you was talking a moment ago about anonymity and the privacy at the meetings. I think today you don't really hear that talk about as much. I think back in the early beginnings, it was people talk more about anonymity than they do today. Today is a different way to look at it. People are proud to be a part of it today. I believe back in the 30s and 40s or 50s, it was a little bit of an embarrassment to be a part of a recovery group. It was a different outlook of what it is today. Today, you can see successful victories in it, and I think people like yourself and myself is proud to be a part of a group like this, and we have no problem talking about it. And whether I'm at work or out on the street or whatever, I have no hesitation telling somebody the good news of the program. But I think maybe it was just different timing, different. Today, if you're in a work environment, you don't want to say I saw you at a meeting. I know a couple of people I work with go to meetings and we nod with each other, but we don't tell other people hey, I saw you at the meeting. And just like if you go to Kroger's, don't run up to somebody and say, hey, I saw you at this meeting. You going tomorrow night? You don't want to do that. He does, you can mumble to them maybe, but some people, it's very personal. I want to keep quiet. Dane, we both know a lady. He really don't like being known from the meetings. So
that's true. Our job is never to out somebody else. We can be out in front, and so yeah, absolutely. So we just always have to keep that in mind. It's not our job to bust somebody else's anonymity. Now, if they want to bring that out, that's great. But it's not a requirement. But I think what Lillian's saying, and it certainly makes sense. Even if I don't care if everybody knows I'm a drug addict, alcoholic, gambler, a thief, and all that stuff, because I'm recovered. I'm not any of those anymore. Even though there's some controversy about that, the Bible tells Jesus tells me he's removed those sins as far as the east is from the west. However, still, if I'm having a bad day and I peed in my pants, or I ran over the dog, or somebody passed in my family, or I'm scared, maybe I don't want to say that like on this particular broadcast, because this could go out to 17,000 people. I mean, we're on all my websites, so that's a little personal. So I get having the private website, just like you and I talk. Sometimes we want to have a private conversation. We're not embarrassed about what we're saying. It's private between us, and sometimes we want to keep it private in the fellowship, and that's why we have the secret rooms, not because we're embarrassed, because we want to keep what our private conversations private. And if somebody then wants to leave the room and talk about what they said in the meeting, they certainly can do that. They just can't talk about what someone else said in the meeting.
Yeah, and that is something we all need to remember, whether we go into a live meeting or a Facebook or internet meeting or whatever. Just because you say it in the meeting don't mean you need to speak about it outside the meeting. Anonymity, the saying is, what you hear in the meeting stays in the meeting. And I think sometimes we tend to forget that. And I think we need to keep focus on that, especially here being on the internet. We need to keep focus on what we do also. This is a great avenue to have this. I see the dog. This is a great avenue to have something like this available. Because if you think back to 1935, 40, they didn't have this opportunity. And they did everything in their power to get to a meeting, but they didn't have this academic going on either. But they had phones and they were calling each other when something was going on. Think about the different values we got today about going to meetings. We need meetings, and we cannot do this on our own. I don't care what anybody tells you. They tell you they can do it on their own. They're not succeeding. But to do this, you got to have Jesus in your heart too. If you try to do it on your own, and after so long, you can, instead of doing 7 meetings a week, like I used to do, like 20 meetings a week when I first came in. I'll go down the south side and get there at 5:30, and I won't leave till they lock the doors on me. I actually thought I was living down there, but there comes a time you may be able to back off to, instead of 20 meetings, do 18, but the whole time, don't back off unless you are working a program, a good program. That is a spiritual program, because our problem is not drinking or drugs; it's spiritual, and we need to look at that.
You make a good point. I heard an old timer way long time ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, and you probably heard this before. The guy shared in a meeting, and he says, somebody said, how many meetings you go with? He says, I go to at least 1 meeting a day. And the newcomer said, well, you got 20, 30 years in. Do you need to go to that many meetings? He said, well, I probably don't. He said, but I don't know which one to stop, because I don't know which one's keeping me sober. So that's the whole deal, is make sure that we are working a program. And it's not the meetings. It's your higher power that's keeping you sober, but it's the connection and the service work that keeps you in connection with your higher power. And so that makes all the difference in the world.
Speak of service work, you mentioned it already. For these people on here, if they would love to do service work, just like holding one of these meetings, that could be service work. It's not about dumping or making coffee meetings. We can't have coffees, and we can have coffee in our house, but think all about that. Yes, I don't have none. I don't drink coffee, but you can have all you want, But if you want to do service work, really consider doing it here online, because you can bring your group of friends into this meeting, and then we can have more people doing these online meetings. The more we get, the better it is.
Yeah, we don't have any time restrictions. We're going to make it an hour meeting, but like these new meetings used to have 15, 20 people in them. And a guy said today the most they ever had was in a marathon was 100 people. And now they're having 350 people. And the one I was in today, I think it was 3 something. In any case, they've got an hour time limit. And because of they're at somebody else's place that is giving them the in the rooms thing, just giving them time, he's let them extend the meetings 15 minutes. But think about that. If even each person even only went 1 minute, 300 people, that's 300 minutes. That's like, an hour and a half or something. You're supposed to give me the real math.
5 hours.
So 10 minutes is an hour and a half. Okay. So in any case, we have no time limit. So we'll start the meeting on time and we'll end the meeting on time. But if we can stay around and talk all day, we have this program. This program is free. You guys can, once you download it, you can use it in anything. You can go live on your own page. You can have fun with it. If you need, there's a little learning curve. If you need some help, I'll help you with what I know so far. I'm learning more every day. And we're going to, there's just a ton of things you can do. And we're going to make sure in these rooms, we're going to give you all the resources you need. All the readings will be there. You really just need to show up. If you're a chair, you need to have a topic. We're not going to, what we are going to do is if we're going to do 12-step meetings, we're going to do real 12-step meetings, and we're going to do meetings. We're not, you already have group therapy and all that kind of stuff. So you don't need that for our meetings. We're going to talk about who, have I statements be who we are. We're going to keep it on subject. Have the chair bring a topic and have that related to, if it's a NAAA and to the text or the big book, and if it's in Christian recovery, it'll be based, the subject will be based on what God's doing straight from the Bible. So that way we don't get out in the weeds and the mud. We really get to talk about good, solid recovery. And Larry over on the Dan Renfro page. So if you're there, Larry's he's going to be one of our first chairs. If you need to get into a room, get with Larry. He will invite you. And then if you're at the, let me see what the other one is here real quick. If you're at, no, that's us right here. If you're at the Dayton Christian Recovery page, there's nobody there, so you don't have to, to worry about that. And then of course, if you just came in from the link that Bud shared, then you're going to be at the New Hope page.
And, Dan, you brought up something good about when we talk in meetings, it need to be I statements, because we need to remind people we're not here to fix them. We're here to support them with what we have been through in the past. And we can't say you need to do this. You can say I did this in the past. It worked for me. And the I statement is very, very important when we are talking and that's why I say, my opinion a lot, and occasionally I say we, but when I say something, I like for everybody to know is my opinion, but I is a very important word. About when we talk and me.
Stop. So I got to echo it. Yeah, you're right. So I statements are something that we got taught in psychological whatever, but you're right. We need to keep it focused on us. And what happens if we don't have a topic when we're in the room, when they bring up the topic? Today's meetings, you bring up the topic and say, I'm really mad at the bus driver. And you spend all the time talking about what the bus driver did to make you mad. And so to justify why you're mad. And then the next guy shares and he gives you advice on what to do with the bus driver and then co-signs your BS. That's not what it's about. You might say, I had a hard time today, and the chair helped you get to the right place. What is that? That's powerlessness, whatever. Instead of depending on God, I'm depending on me to take care of this situation. A guy didn't put your hands on it, or it'd have been a legal problem. So then the subject, that becomes a topic. And so you say, well, how you dealt with that topic today, or how you did that topic today. It goes to the next guy, and He thought if he got his face off the screen and talked, you wouldn't be able to hear him. He's so funny. But you know what I'm saying? And so when the topic goes around, you talk about your experience with the topic, what the next other person has said. It's none of our business. That they were sharing their experience, strength, and hope. We're experiencing, and if we don't have anything, I love when people started sharing. They go, I don't know. Well, if you don't know, then the next thing you're supposed to say is, I pass. It's because you either know or you don't know. And Wesley has joined us today from the link. How you doing, Wesley? We're gonna bring you on. You want to? We don't know you, so we're gonna bring you on. We're gonna be on for another couple minutes. Just come on with us and say hi to everybody.
I'm doing well. I'm a missionary and a pastor in Australia and New Zealand.
Wow.
Good.
Welcome.
We're just getting ready to wind everything up, Wesley, but stick around afterwards. We'd love to talk to you a little bit. Will you?
All right.
All right. Hey, Bud, say goodbye. Bud.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. We are at checkout now. It's 6:30. And we're going to talk to Wesley, and maybe we can get him to come back and share with us on our next broadcast. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. And let's have a prayer. Dear Lord, we just ask you to stay with us and be part of our coming in and our going out. Protect us in this crazy, crazy time. Show us the right way, the next right thing. Lord, we just pray in protection for all your children in Jesus' name. Amen.